Morning Glory with Barry Upton and friends.
Come on, get up, get out, and get moving. Come on, get up, get out, and let's do it. Come on, get up, get out, and start grooving. Juggling around to the sound of music.
Welcome back to the show. It's MGTV and Morning Glory together coming at you simultaneously. And our special guest today, Mr. Barry Kenyon from Immigration Assistant. Is that right?
Something like that.
And you were going to bring in, hopefully, there was going to be a special guest, wasn't there?
Yes, we were hoping to invite one of the police captains here today.
Yeah. He's a fan of the show, isn't he?
Oh, he is a fan of the show, but he's not been available.
No.
And so we hope the next time, if you invite us again, to have a real life policeman.
That'd be fantastic, and it's always great when people are that enthusiastic about what we're doing here as well. Now, the retirement visas. Let's have another reiteration. One of the most popular things that people have said to me that they like about seeing you on this program is that you give out this kind of information, but sometimes it just doesn't sink in. So for those of you that may have not heard this information before, and those who didn't sink in last time, please reiterate.
Well, just in outline, we can't dot all the I's and cross the T's, but a retirement visa is available to any foreigner over the 50 years of age and over. You don't need to be retired. This is one of the main confusions. You can be working outside the country full-time and just coming here on holiday. It's up to you.
Yeah.
You can't, however, be working in Thailand. If you do that, you need a work permit and not a retirement visa. You can't work with a retirement visa. The rules are fairly simple. It's simply a matter of proving you have access to 800,000 baht, which you can do in three ways. You can have it in a bank here in Thai baht or in a foreign currency account. As long as it's in Thailand, it's okay, in pounds, dollars, that sort of thing, euros. And it's got to have been there 2 or 3 months, depending on whether it's your first time or not. Or a popular way is to get a letter from your embassy saying you have income worth 800,000 baht or $20,000, £15,000, that sort of thing. But you do need a letter from the embassy to confirm that.
Right.
And embassies operate in different ways. So what documents you need to show and whether you have to stand on your head and so on is a matter between you and the embassy, though informally, of course, we're aware. Some embassies will do it in Pattaya if they have an office, some won't. So you've got that to sort out in the light of your personal country of nationality. Or you can pick a mix. You can put together the letter from the embassy and money in a Thai bank to make up the 800,000, and we can give you such a visa. Well, you have to pay for it, of course. We can award you such a visa on any current visa you have, even a month at the airport. We can.
And you don't have to leave the country. Am I right in thinking?
No, we don't have to leave the country. That's right. You're quite right. You get a multiple entry or single entry re-entry permit, you've cracked it.
Right.
But we can convert to this 1-year visa with any visa you currently have, even a month on arrival. You don't necessarily need a non-immigrant visa.
Right.
But you do for other types of 1-year visas. So, it's just the retirement we're talking about today, and not education or marriage.
And what about the 90-day reporting?
Well, the 90-day reporting is the nightmare that many people subject themselves to. It's fairly simple. You ask yourself a simple question: have I been in Thailand for 3 months or not? If the answer is no, you haven't, such as you came back from the airport fairly recently, then you don't do it. Yeah. Only if you've been in Thailand for 9 months. And then you report within a 3-week window, 2 weeks before the 90 days is up, or 1 week after is okay. Because remember, it's not a visa and it's not a permission to stay. No. It's a requirement, the 90 days. Keep the police informed of where you are.
Yeah. And I think, quite rightly as well. But there's advantages to having that retirement visa because you don't have to leave the country and come back in, do you?
No, not at all.
That's the great part.
You don't have to go backwards and forwards. If you could, when you wish to.
Yeah. Reiterate exactly where the immigration office is so that people, there might be some people listening now or watching who don't know where it is.
Do you know, Barry? Do you know yourself?
I do. Dan jumped in, yes. Soi 7?
Soi 5.
Oh, Soi 5.
Beach Road.
That's it.
In Jomtien. You find Soi 5. It's quite near the beach, the centre of town. Walk up and it's on your right-hand side. You can't really miss it. It's full of people all gossiping about how awful we are.
But there's a nice little cafe there, isn't there? And there's a place where you can get your passports copied. You know, if you haven't got any copies and you need them, you can get it done there and then, and your pictures taken as well.
Yes, I think there's very little you can't do in Geometry M5.
Right, very good. Thanks very much, and hopefully next time you can bring our special guest in as well.
I hope so.
Great. Thanks, Barry. We'll see you in about 2 or 3 weeks' time again.
It's all about waking up to a brand new day with Morning Glory.
On 96 FM and MGTV, we're going to feature now the guy who every week in Paddy People, he does cartoons like this, like the Weekly Reisman and Reisman. Reisman, let's all call the whole thing off, shall we? Reisman, I always call him Reisman. I don't know why. Maybe that's the English and Americans. We've got different ways of saying things, haven't we?
You're just trying to insult me, that's all.
Yes, you got that one. And you're going to get your own back now, because I understand you're going to do a cartoon featuring me. Is that right?
Yeah, I had the idea before I even asked you.
Right.
Something horrible, you know what I mean? You'll probably sue me, get a lawyer, and take me to court.
Now, you're celebrating something, aren't you? Because how long have you been doing these cartoons?
It's been 5 years I've been doing these cartoons. This is all my...
your work?
Display books, you know.
Yeah. That one's empty. Oh, there you go. You got one in
well,
there.
That's a new one. See.
That's the one from this week.
5 years of doing those stuff. You know something?
What's that?
That's longer than my marriages lasted.
But you're very happily now, aren't you? You're very happy,
Yes,
settled
yeah,
here in
very,
Pattaya, and you've got a nice relationship.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
Well, I said it took me a long time to meet a lady who's, you know, decent, human being, loving, caring. But she was the one.
Yeah.
And I was the one for her, not just my bank account, I mean.
She's watching this on TV. She says she's going to... She didn't want to sit and watch you now. She would like to watch you on TV.
No, she's a decent person. That's the main thing. She's decent, not grabbing and greedy. And,
yeah.
You know, she's a decent human being, knows how to take care of her house.
Now...
Knows how to handle my money.
Now, cartoons, it's kind of like... funny, but you can be biting at the same time. You can make actual statements, can't you?
Well, that's an editorial cartoon. That's the nature of editorial cartoons, is to make a biting statement on the political situation, you know, of the day or during that particular time.
Yeah.
I don't like the Post cartoonists. I said one because there's really nothing there.
Well, Bangkok Post, their cartoon today, it says Bangkok City of Angels at the top, and at the bottom, that was yesterday. Today, Bangkok City of Mermaids. That's what that's their little...
when I went to art school, I was thinking about I did do some editorial cartoons, but then I ventured out into other things, like cartoons, you know, comic strips, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And what is your inspiration? What's your source of inspiration?
Thai whiskey. No. There is no inspiration. It's just that it's something I do. The ideas come to me and I do it. I like drawing them. But there is no such like inspiration. I just live life, and you know, things happen in life, and you see things, and there's always a humorous side to life. I suppose a humorous side to the flooding, but I wouldn't exploit it because that's really nasty.
Yeah.
You know.
No, but in the Bangkok Post, they've been putting humorous stuff about it, and they've also, you know, been almost making fun.
Well, it's a tragedy. I mean, it's something I wouldn't, you know, ethnic jokes or racist, or I wouldn't do it because it's not nice. You know, one time I looked at one of my old cartoons, and it was an airplane, and a missile was coming for the airliner, and the guy says, you hear the voice that says, "This is the last time I'm flying this airline, the lousy service," and the missile's coming for it. I said, I won't use that because, you know, like Lockerbie, I mean, I'm not, that's a tragedy.
Absolutely,
I mean, if people die, I won't use that as a cartoon.
No. But do you think politicians are fair game?
100% fair game. Any country, you know, it's not just Thailand. I mean, any country, they're self-serving.
Yeah. Well, this week's cartoon, it says here, what do pampered politicians and infants have in common? They both need to be changed for the same reason.
I won't say it. It's a smell, but I won't say it.
And the second cartoon is the same two guys watching the TV. Yeah. And I remember when fairy tales began with Once Upon a Time. Now fairy tales begin with, if I'm elected, I promise to blah, blah, blah.
It actually was last week's, but anyway.
This week's hasn't come out yet, is it?
Yes,
is
it's
it?
Saturday.
Oh, okay.
You were living in the past. That was
I know.
Well, I mean, you know, I just... little things, ATM machines, politicians. It's all fair game.
Yeah.
Look, I lay in bed and I start thinking. For example, I always do Santa Claus cartoons Christmas time. And the last 2 years, always the last minute, I said, oh my God, Christmas is, December is next month, not in 3 months. So now, in bed the other night, I was thinking, I got to get my date straight. So I got up and I made a calendar, when I should start thinking of ideas and doing my Santa Claus cartoon. But
I mean, how far in advance do you normally work?
1 hour? No. Well, no, I have ideas already done. I have sketches and sketches and sketches.
Yeah.
It's just a matter which one do I want to use, and I use the first week like now to make sketches of what I want to do and so on, and then next week I'll start inking them in and doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I have my ideas. It's just some I don't want to use, or some I'm not sure what I want to say, and so on and so forth. But I say Christmas, I always use Santa Claus cartoons.
Yeah.
And so on.
Would you recommend it to people of an advanced age, because it's a good way of keeping the old, the grey matter working, isn't it?
Yeah, if you're an advanced age, like you're 45 or 50.
As you are. Yeah, you just had a hard life.
It's just that the world has been spinning faster than usual. That was it. No, I mean, it's not cartoons. It's that in order to keep yourself going, do something with the mind. Crossword puzzles, or read novels, or have conversation with friends.
Yeah.
Keep your mind going, so you push away Alzheimer's and stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
And just to keep your mind active, not just your body. Exercise is good too, but exercise your mind.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
Yeah. Healthy mind, healthy body. Then you can sort of
mind your mind.
Yeah. Fantastic. Right. 5 years. Let's pick that up.
Well, time went quickly. I have to say this. When I went into before that, I said, it was almost Christmas. Mr. Niels, I said, can you use cartoons? And I thought he would say, well, I'm kind of busy. See me after the holidays, blah, blah. He says, come up to my office. We talk. He said, okay, let's do it. Just like that. I'll never forget, he said, let's do it.
Been doing it ever since.
I thought, come back next year when I want cartoons, and let's do it. So that started it.
Well, long may you carry on doing it, and well done. 5 years. It's a great milestone.
I'll do as long as my hand moves, my mind moves.
Yeah.
and the earth moves.
Fantastic.
But, it's good to do something.
Mr. Richard Reisman, thank you very much.
Start the day strong. You can't go wrong with Morning Glory.
That's it for MGTV today and Morning Glory 96 FM. Join us tomorrow when my special guest will be Dan Cheeseman. We can't wait for his property videos. They're always something to behold. Thanks very much to Sir Richard Reisman, whatever his name is. He likes me to respectfully call him Sir. I think that's it, Sir Richard Reisman. Thank you very much. And also to Barry Kenyon from Immigration, and also to the Ghost of Rose, who'll be back here with tomorrow. She tells me she will anyway. So until tomorrow, have a great day. Bye-bye.